Good morning, ninth grade. How are you? I'm teacher Nariman, and our lesson for today will be the relative clauses, the relative pronoun whose. The relative pronoun whose. We usually use whose as a relative pronoun to indicate possession by people and animals. In more formal styles, we can also use it for things. We use whose before nouns instead of possessive adjectives. My, your, his, her, its, our, their, and any noun apostrophe s in defining and non-defining clauses. Examples. This is Mark. His sister is a famous author. As you can see, we have two sentences. This is Mark. The second one, his sister is a famous author. To join them using this relative pronoun, you are supposed to delete the possessive adjective here and to omit the period or full stop. Let's see how. This is Mark, whose sister is a famous author. As you can see here, the underlined clause, whose sister is a famous author, is the relative clause that tells us about Mark, okay? And this pronoun here, whose sister is the subject, is the verb, a famous author is the object of the clause. And the whole clause tells us about Mark. Let's go further. Another example. That's the man. His car was stolen. We have two sentences as well here. Join them using whose. We do the same. We replace the relative pronoun whose instead of the possessive adjective his, and we delete the full stop like this. That's the man whose car was stolen, and the underlined clause here, whose car was stolen, is the relative clause that talks or tells us about the man. And whenever the clause is necessary to the meaning, we call it defining relative clause, which gives us necessary information about the noun. We can't delete this clause. Another example. The 4 students must retake the exam. Their results were poor. Use whose. We have the pronoun there which refers to the 4 students, and this is the noun that we are going to talk about. Okay. So here we are supposed to put the new clause, the new relative clause that talks about this noun like this. The 4 students whose results were poor must retake the exam. Here we put the relative clause that describes the noun directly after the noun. Have you noticed the difference here? Now, this clause, it tells us extra information. As you can see, the 4 students must retake the exam. This is a meaningful sentence without the clause, without whose results were poor. So this is a non-defining relative clause that gives us extra information about the noun. Okay? Another example. The teacher is Mr. Clark. His class is noisy. Now, join these sentences using whose. As you can see, we have the teacher here, it's the subject, and his class is noisy. This is the information about the teacher. So here you're supposed to put the relative clause like this. The teacher whose class is noisy is Mr. Clark. The underlying clause is the clause that talks or tells us about the teacher, and this clause is the relative clause. As you can see, the relative clause here gives us extra information about Mr. Clark, so it's a non-defining relative clause. As you have seen in all previous examples, the relative clause comes directly after the noun. The noun, then the clause, the noun, then the clause, the noun, then the clause. Be careful for that. Now ninth grade. Please join these sentences using whose. Please copy these sentences on your notebooks. Write them and join them using whose, the relative pronoun whose. Rewatch the video before doing that, please. And I want from you to do exercise number 1, page number 64 from your workbooks.